Yesterday in shul, at the end of the service, I was somewhat embarrassed, but very, very pleasantly surprised by um, some lovely words that were said by David Son and Net Koslova, and very nice presentation that they made to me. They said that it was books, but at that stage the books were wrapped up, and I didn't open the package. During my share in the afternoon, I was talking about releasing hostages. And I was telling the famous story of Rav Yitzhak Hutner and the fact that he was on a plane that was hijacked. The whole discussion by the Rabbonim and eventually Psak from Reb Moshe Feinstein about whether he should be redeemed for his release or not. And the consideration that went into a number of different rabbinic comments about whether Rav Hutner should be ransomed. When I got home, I opened the package from the shul and was incredibly surprised and shocked to see that one of the books that had been given to me by the shul is Pachad Yitzchak, which is selected comments by Rav Yitzchak Hutner. It's a book that I've wanted for some time, and I'm very, very grateful to the shul for that. And I thought that today, because of that idea, I would base my comments on an idea of Rav Hutner. Now, if we think about life generally, whatever we're doing and how we're working, we often want to put a lot of effort if we've got a goal in mind, if we want to achieve something. Now, if that goal seems to be constantly moving away from our grasp, we often lose the will to continue trying. And it's that frustration that Rav Hutner addresses in a letter, an incredibly powerful letter that he sent to one of his Talmud and one of his students. And he said, when we tell stories of a Godel, a great person, we only record their later years. When they've already become Gedolim, when they've already become great, when they've already become famous, and we make it sound as though they were perfect from birth. Rather, he says, realize that the greatness that the Gedolim have achieved results from a steady, tenacious war against every base inclination. We frequently hear stories of the Chofetz Chaim. The purity of speech of the Chofetz Chaim is famous. But who knows the battles, the obstacles, the slumps and regressions that the Chofetz Chaim encountered in his war with his own Yetzer Hara, with his own temptations? And Rav Hutner concludes, certainly you've stumbled and will stumble again. And in many battles you will fail. I promise you, though, that after those losing battles, you will emerge victorious. Lose battles, but win wars. What does Hashem want from us when we commit an avera, when we do something wrong? He wants us to do teshuvah. Teshuvah means returning to the path that Hashem set for us when we were born, the path that our neshamot, our souls, recognize as being homeward bound, the path of goodness, of becoming a better person, a different person. And think about that. What does Hashem want us to become? A better person, a different person. It certainly seems to be, and the idea presented by so many people, that Hashem is not expecting us to be perfect. Go back to years when we were children, or think of our own children or our grandchildren. When we watch a young child take their first steps, what do? They get to their feet. They take a few steps and fall flat on their face. And what do? We clap with joy. We're delighted. But if you think about the scenario, what's happening? Shouldn't we actually be upset? What happened? The child fell down. Shlomo HaMelech, King Solomon, said, For though a righteous one may fall 7 times in spiritual matters, they will get up, they'll arise. But the wicked person will stumble through evil. Now that verse in Mishle teaches us that in order to become a righteous person, one must fall again and again and keep getting up. Through the process of falling and getting up again, a person becomes a tzaddik. Enduring change is a process. It often involves taking 2 steps forward and 1 back, and sometimes it's 1 step forward and 2 back. But we have to come to the realization that a step back is to be regarded as a learning experience, not as a sign of failure. It's through this process that we can eventually succeed. Feeling discomfort, discontent, or disappointed is often the catalyst for us to make great strides. These unpleasant emotions propel us to take steps to seek to improve our lives. I think for all of us, and certainly speaking for myself, the key is the belief that we will succeed in our desire to change. Hashem doesn't expect us to make changes that are as yet beyond our reach. It's out of Hashem's love for us that he provides us this method to get back on track. And once we've taken steps in the right direction, Hashem accepts our return. All Hashem wants us to do is move in the right direction.